Hi, this is SKOPE VR version 1.0 by Parker Scott and Jose Maldonado. This is the instructional video for setting up the environment and maintaining it. So we'll go ahead and get started. So first off, you'll want to download Unity. For our version of the project, we used Unity 2017.2 as that's the current version that's out. And you can get Unity for free now as a personal. So for beginners, students, and hobbyists, try personal, set your reason as a student, and you will be golden to start using Unity. From there, you can go to the drive. We actually did not have the GitHub uploaded because we can't upload files the size that a Unity project requires. So for our version control in our project, we use Unity Collaborate. So I can collaborate with other emails, such as my partner's Jose, and we were able to collaborate just fine for the whole project. And it'll ask you if you'd like to import the changes that he made, and he is also asked if he'd like to import the changes that I made for each individual file. So you can download the senior project full zip. It's about 1 gigabyte in total and about 2 gigabytes extracted. So make sure to have the disk space. And then you can just launch up Unity like so, and you'll be faced with this. So you can click on disk and open up the specific folder already extracted, and then as you can notice, the hierarchy is here, so make sure you select the folder one outside of it, select that, open it up. It'll ask you about the version change because you'll most likely be using a different version of Unity, and that's perfectly fine. The library should be completely compatible with future versions. There's not any expected massive changes over the next few months. So then from there, you can go to on the cloud. As you can see, it's shared with jmod045, my partner. And on disk, it's just, whether it's on the disk or in the cloud, it's whatever point your project is at. So from future versions, you would have on the cloud because it would already be stored there. So that's once you've collaborated with your partners. So from there, we can go and launch it up. And I have it running right here. So this is what you'll be faced with. This is the scene editor. If you're familiar with Unity, this is the scene editor. You have the hierarchy of all the assets within the scene. You have your project directory, which contains all of the scripts and all the materials, all the assets, which can get kind of convoluted because the previous assets that were available for SIPA are just massive. If you're wondering why this was a gigabyte, it's because of all of the SIPA assets. So it's well worth it though. It's a very high poly model, and as you can see, all the textures are generated very well, and it runs very smoothly in its current state. So lighting can tend to slow it down. Make sure to have a solid graphics card whenever you're editing. You're going to require one anyway to be able to run the Oculus Rift. So that's very essential for actually running it, and especially with lighting. So from there, we can, if you don't have the Oculus libraries in here, which you absolutely should because they're included with the directory, but for whatever reason, if you need to update the Oculus libraries, you can go to Oculus Utilities for Unity, and you can see the release notes, and you can download the Oculus Utilities. But like I said, it should already be in the project, but if you need the updated versions, then they're online here, which is also coincidentally where you can find all of the documentation for collaboration with Unity and the Oculus Rift. You can find very helpful tutorials as unless you've coded with Unity and the Oculus Rift before, you probably will be needing a bit of a refresher. And you can click here for the Unity Developer Guide, and it just has extensive documentation for anything you're trying to do. So if we return to the Unity project, the main three places that you have to focus on in development is with buttons and controls. Buttons and controls make up the user interface. which is where most of the coding is completely. And as you can see, the controls broke down into left controller, right controller, which are your two left hand and right hand. And these are the panels that the left hand has. There may not be too much expansion required for these, just because the UI is very highly developed as it is. I believe in future projects, what the product owner would require or want more so is more experiences, because there is a Scope AR that's already been produced that has quite a few experiences to it, very in depth, very informative, and I believe that she would like to further that. She'll of course give you a better scope of the scope project, but for what I could foresee for the future, adding to the experiences here. Here we have the light experience, which is changing the sunlight. We have the mechanical experience, which is changing the mechanics of the inside here, and then we have the soil experience, which teleports you to an area over there where you can view the soil animation. As well, we have a few smaller experiences around the map where you can remove walls and see beams. There's much more functionality to be made in terms of the experiences, because it's just such an extensive simulation, and that's exactly what it is. It's a simulation, so you want to make it as easy to use as possible for anybody to pick up, not just architecture majors, just anybody to pick up and just receive the information on SIPA. Just follow the experiences. You have pretty good samples here. We've created the light experience, mechanical. They're very different experiences, so that it sets a good foundation for how you can expand on the experiences. As well, if you'd like to expand on the controls, they're here. They're very straightforward, the methods. You have your start, your update methods, just like any other Unity mono behavior script. So from there, if you have any other questions about how to start up the Unity development, feel free to reach out to us. It's pscott012 at FIU.edu and jmald045 at FIU.edu. And thanks for watching.